Testing, testing.
Austin looks like he's got a goddamn Twitch channel. A Twitch channel. You look like you're live streaming.
I guess it is.
Welcome everybody. We're reacting to the PlayStation game of State of Play. You can't hear me.
No, we can't hear you. Well, actually, if you speak from over there.
Oh, what? Discord. Trying to figure out.
Oh, oh, echoes. Oh no.
Keep your mic off. I think we're all gonna have to use Dorian.
Do you want me to sit closer to you guys? Would that help?
Actually, if you want to sit over there, maybe use Primus. Or mine. Yeah, you guys. My headphone mic was here. You mute yourself. Real quick. Okay.
Why is there an echo?
There we go. Your phone is much better than mine.
Yes, but why is there an echo?
There's an echo because we have multiple mics. Get headphones or you turn your audio stuff off and we'll have you come in your mic.
Okay.
Oh no, you don't need headphones. Turn your volume off. You can hear Juno. She's in the room with you. And then his audio will be coming out.
Okay, can you say something else to him really quick? Okay, I can hear you fairly well.
I have the superior. You're also sitting in the middle of us. Yeah,
Sure.
alright. Let me find my note. Real quick. And then let me grab my little prop.
Your prop.
During today's I never did.
Sure.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's incredible.
Oh yeah.
No! I popped out the other guy. I killed one of them. You know how I use my arms kind of? Ooh, let me turn on my camera. You know how yes, Discord can use my fucking camera. You know how I use my hands to like kind of gesture how Entropy's like doing his thing? Like add a little.
Nice.
I popped out one of the eyes. Hey, it's probably easier for me to do it like this, but.
So. Testing, testing, testing. Oh, do you want to do your dice first before we start?
I appreciate you allowing me to keep my superstition. You, I don't quite trust. I can't use my dice jet right now because it's holding perfume.
Do you want to use this box?
Sure.
Here, let me get
Improvise dice jet.
So we started moving during the little quiet.
Yeah, you're gonna have to speak up.
projection.
Talk like I do.
I can't.
I believe in you think you need to be.
I'll lean forward if that helps at all.
Incredible. Alright, that's 6. You're not in prison yet, but. You know, I finally found my my missing D20, and that's because it was still in my crossbow. Of course it was. Well, I had it out for dramatic effect. I actually properly roll that. Okay, an 11. Take it. Let's see, 1. 2. Others. The real game. Can I recognize a D20? Think I grabbed the ball. A 9. 12. None of you fucking these 9. Got that type. How many 11s? They rolled 3 11s and 2 12s. You go to jail. Alright. The dice have been tested. Also, I love that because the kitchen light's on behind you, Dorian, you just have a terrible, ominous glow going on.
Like a halo going on.
That's gone. Alright. One of my last notes was, we won thumbs up, look of horror from Gangplank/NPCs. So it's going well, I imagine. We need to boogie over to somewhere else according to Jazz's various jazzisms. We're going to a dam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going to, at the very least, we're getting closer to water.
Yay!
Oh boy. Gonna run out of there with Athena at some point, like just carrying a cat. So, let me know if you can't hear me at any point.
He got it. I can see from his face. Preach. I can see the fact that you didn't activate the microphone on Juno's computer.
Yeah, that'll be our test. So, you guys are entering Sherman Dam, coming up from the south, driving along a long service road, and you can see as you are getting closer to it that there is a massive crack blown into the top of the dam that's just hemorrhaging thousands of gallons of water.
This is my nightmare.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
There are two groups of dam engineers who are gathered outside. You can see that they seem to be like bickering back and forth about what to do. Jazz comes back over the radio. I'm getting a reading on your frying pan to the fire situation. In this case, the fire is actually way too much water. The Decepticons put a real big hole in the side of that skyscraper-sized slab of concrete, and it's all about to come down like a house of river water-soaked cards. I didn't write this dialogue.
Breathe, and as you're talking, and breathe. This is now theater class.
So you gotta move fast. Where's the energon readings are through the roof, and I don't. And suddenly the transmission goes like staticky. There's some kind of interference, and then there is a voice that all of you recognize as belonging to a fairly infamous Decepticon. Foolish Autobots, you do not know with whom you're meddling with. It is I, Starscream! He's here! Commander of the Seekers and rightful lord of the Decepticons. The energon being generated by this collapsing, outdated Earthling technology is mine, all mine, and you will have none of it. Seekers, destroy these simpering buffoons once and for all. And you see, as you hear a noise, and you see this jet that is very clearly Starscream go over your head, being followed by 3 identical kind of looking jets, and 2 smaller ones. The ones at the back seem to be rookies. They have their names similar to the ones you fought on the bridge written under them. One is Ricochet and one is Whistler. And I references... Yeah, Whistler is sort of like white and red and black, and Ricochet is just red and black. But the 3 that are following Starscream, one you see as he's flying... hold on, scroll. Yeah, one you see as he's flying, the clouds behind him seem to turn a sort of sickly kind of gray-green color as this green jet goes flying. As you see Acid Storm, the Rainmaker and Decepticon chemist, come flying overhead. Suddenly there's a huge like sonic boom noise as a blue jet kind of also goes streaking along with them. As you see Thundercracker following along. And finally, a flash of purple light next to Starscream as Skywarp teleports in. There are so many Seekers in this fight. I'm so happy. Austin, you look terrified.
Well, that's a lot of minutes long of downpour right now.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my.
so it's also Starscream.
What's
So.
the problem? It's not like you're a boat.
It's not like you're a boat. So you come driving up to the dam. I'm gonna send you the battle map in the thing. Where's it?
What do you think the Decepticons' divorce policy is?
Sources.
Frequent.
But yeah. So this is hey, Gangplank, remember how I said that there was a bit of this adventure where they didn't seem to think that people were going to be playing cutters? Here it is.
Alright, turn into a boat and I'll ride on you.
Yeah, hold on. So you pull up to these, very panicked-looking humans. You see kind of the water rushing out of the dam over to where you guys can go. The humans are where you see. Let me just double check something really quickly. Six. Hold on. I gotta check something in the notes real quick. Come on. There's the freaking battle map. There we go.
Not unappreciative of this death.
Are we missing one? Hold on, I'm very confused right now.
One of them died.
No, not one of the same. One of the things that you have to do. Aries. No, that's an Aries suit. Then what the hell is B? Hold on.
Were you trying to figure out the deck house? Dorian, have I ever showed you how I interpreted those maps?
No.
For me to understand? I'll show you later. My notebook looks absolutely batshit.
Okay, so no, those are where they need to go. Okay. I'm.
Transformers.
Oh, okay. Now I see. Okay, never mind. These maps are done very confusingly. Right, so. You guys are pulling up to the dam, and the engineers, which are little X's that you can see on the map, are the sort of groups of the engineers.
Oh, yeah. You overestimate my size.
Yeah. So, first of all, where do you guys want to be on the maps?
I assume we're pulling up from sort of where one is.
Yeah, you guys can be anywhere on one, except for you,
fuck is one?
Gangplank, because you have
Okay,
aquatic movement. You can be anywhere in the water on one,
I assume we're around here.
but I would suggest being close to the edges.
Yeah, I assume we're on the side of one that is near the X's.
Yeah.
Well, then, I guess that is where I will be.
Do you want to be close to where the X's are? Yeah, so I'm all.
They're sharks.
I'm just gonna really quickly.
What if they brought shark on?
Let me just. Can I edit this?
That dancing shark having a better break out of the ice skyline. Even the mini-cabs have abandoned me now.
Let me just, so we don't get confused again. Hold on. I was so excited.
I'm not looking forward to finding someone with a telephone.
I was so excited.
Oh, are you not looking forward to fighting teleporters?
What I do with my Eladrin skills is between me and God.
That's me.
Yeah, but it's different. I'm playing. I have to fight it.
So this is going to be LCDC.
Let us know when you're done.
Sorry. I just don't want a repeat of having to figure out where all you guys are again.
While you do that, I'll stare at the art of my son so I can reimagine what he looks like.
I'm just staring at Austin.
That was very
This-
facial expression. You do look more like a grown man here than
Rusty.
you normally do.
Probably, like, it's also probably like the minor goatee at the same
Entropy.
time.
The beard
Like,
and the painful artificial lighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you holding an HDMI cable? They're comforting.
What's on the shelf?
And Gangplank, you get to be in the water, so you're gonna
He's
go.
not in the water yet.
You don't want to be in the water?
He said, yeah, he said
You could be in the water and stick with the group, but
He said he's on the road.
He's afraid to start to come.
yeah, if you want to be on the road, then you can be on the road.
Like a boat, but you gotta be afraid of water.
Okay.
What do I ruin my paint job?
Oh, where did I put you? Damn it. There we go.
The D&D Beyond, everybody.
Shut up.
Be just as slow as your friends on the fence.
So, the next hours. We should go at some point in the not too distant future to TBS Comics again, so I can buy myself a new fancy set of dice because I clearly need them.
There we go. Okay, light blue.
I think you edited it where we were.
Yeah, light blue is LCDC, red's Entropy, dark
Yeah.
blue is Gangplank, and orange is Rusty.
Oh.
Okay. Now that is all done, what do you guys want to do? As you're standing here, the engineers are freaking out. You know, you have these seekers flying overhead.
Are the areas that say B on them, are they on fire?
No, those are just buildings with weird and red lighting.
Okay, awesome. So our main goal is stop the crack in the dam?
Yeah.
I'm only 8 feet tall.
Entropy's going to, what's it called? Turn LCD just side flex tape and kind of tilt his head to the
I
side.
pat my non-existent pockets for plastic.
Maybe the engineers plug it up.
Yeah, you can ask the
He
engineers
sees
if you
you
want.
hiding your pockets and sees that you have none.
Down to the engineers again. Do you have flex tape?
You're gonna need to make a persuasion check because they are panicking, so they want.
Oh no, I got persuasion. Yeah, he just
And it's made with a downshift already. Which way? Wait, so that means you auto fail. No, it has to be persuasion.
Well, I have flex tape. I'm the most non-fear using lighting.
Yeah, you just see like these engineers going. Oh my god, there's jets. What's?
Don't worry about him. He's divorced and an asshole.
They're not panicking there. Like they're still very freaked out.
Oh, buddy.
Alright, so we need to figure out how the fuck do we seal up the dam?
You could ask the engineers if you could calm them down.
Rusty.
We can't fucking calm shit.
I'm gonna poke at Rusty until Rusty realizes I'm there. And I go, Rusty, can you stand in front of the hole and just kind of block? You're big, you block it.
Rusty takes a look at this, roughly, 50 feet wide hole and just kind of looks down at you and just goes,
I mean, you're taller than me.
not as tall as the dam.
Gangplank, does Gangplank have charisma?
It's going to be turning into a boat. That'll convince them.
God damn, does no one in this group have persuasion?
Persuasion.
You! What's the Entropy is going to point at Gangplank and then point at the engineers and kind of be like, calm them down. He can't fucking do it.
I could always insult them and then try and intimidate them.
Is Gangplank gonna do the persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I misread that. You get a double upshift instead of the downshift. I misread it.
You still autofill.
Yeah, you still probably wouldn't have gotten it. Sorry.
How should I go about rolling? I just realized. Should I grab all the dice real quick?
Yeah.
D20.
Yeah, D20 plus whatever your skill dice is, but you upshift your skill dice to... What is your skill dice for persuasion?
D4.
D4. So it go up to a D8.
Okay.
I'll fuck it up.
As Gangplank tries to talk to him, Entropy is just gonna be in the background giving thumbs up, doing his best now.
I'll see if this works, and then I'll enact my idea.
It should work. It's a fairly low DC.
You what? You underestimate us? Overestimate us?
Oh, look, all he has to do is like
fuck it up.
roll a D8 and get more than a 2.
After fucking died.
He's getting his dice.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
When you go to soundboard, you need that added to the fucking commercial break. Oh, he's back from the dead.
It is
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh boy. That is a. That's an 8.
What did you roll on the D8?
I think. Wait. Well, then. There we go. Okay. That's a 7.
So you're adding those two together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 8 plus 7
15.
is 15. Yeah, no, you pass.
You're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So as you do this, a woman with kind of very, long black hair, who's dressed, very, like, business professional, you see, you see woman, long black hair,
I see one.
business professional, and you see, her name tag says, Ruth Anderson, and she goes up to you, and, as she sees you, Gangplank, she like, goes to talk and then kind of pauses and looks at you and just goes, "You're Plank."
Huh?
My-
Yeah.
My niece Ruby, she was on the bridge. You're the one that helped her. Thank you so much. Thank you. My name is Ruth. I'm the lead engineer here. There are release valves that can help stop the flooding from the dam, but these guys are really freaked out right now. So I'm gonna need your help to kind of calm them down so we can get them to go turn on the release valves. And as she says that, you hear the noise of all of the seekers going straight for the dam at
I'm
once.
going to grab Gangplank's arm and just be like, can you ask them for like a laser level or laser sight or something? Anything with a laser on it. Like a laser, like something to figure out if something's level or like a laser thing, like any sort of laser thing.
Maybe we have like a laser sight or something to
Laser
indicate some.
The noise of you asking, you guys can ask this again once we roll initiative. The noise of you asking for right now is drowned out by the noise of several jets.
The thing you're telling me never to do.
Several jets coming down into this area.
Do they look like they're about to like hit the dam, or they're trying to fly it up?
They are all landing and transforming at once. So I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative right now.
Now I was about to ask if I could go ahead and shoot one.
No.
Coin, by the way.
Oh, I don't have a.
1 second.
Unless I just roll a d4 and then make it 2d2s.
Yeah, you
Here.
You could also do online. I do online.
Oh, that's fair.
So
It's been in my carpet for 2 days.
Rusty, what is your initiative? D4.
I have nothing initiative potion. It's 2 rolls, right? For if you don't have a
Yeah,
skill die.
it's disadvantage rules.
Well,
So that's 11.
3. Okay, hold on.
15.
Okay. So,
12.
LCDC, what did you get?
15.
15.
Entropy got 12. Gameplay got 11.
Entropy.
What did the secrets get?
We're about to find out. Okay. We're about to find out because I gotta figure out.
Same point has been decreed and boys and humans.
Yeah. He's the most normal one, I think, out of War Crime, Hatsune Miku, and Entropy.
That's a D4, so.
Entropy would interact with humans if he thought it was a good idea.
Oh,
But we haven't
acid
intimidate
storm.
anybody.
Oh, buddy. Oh no. Hold on. Oh, it was higher.
Oh, buddy, oh no.
I will. I love the Rainmakers. They're my favorite.
Oh, these are remakes?
Acid Storm is. Because normally the trio is Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Starscream. But since Starscream is in his own little, like, separate thing for this fight, they had to put in one of the other ones. So, anyway, Acid Storm's on a 6. He rolls initiative with disadvantage because his whole thing is just being in the background. I love him.
Is Acid Storm one word or 2?
2.
I'd hate to detonate the thing I'm about to shoot the head.
Skyward, what is your initiative? That's a D4.
Give us your powers, those old black dice.
That's 17.
Then you camera show. There we go.
And then.
I see it. I see it through eyes. Little ships.
Ooh.
Aww.
I really want to get more like little inclusion dice, but the problem is they're so fucking expensive.
What was that?
I mean, I like liquid for dice. God knows. Ooh, I get a book.
Okay, 15.
You ever trim that one really, really long strand?
I
You just camera.
Probably fell off.
Fell off?
It fell out. I don't know. I shed hair like 60. I fell off.
Okay, so. Oh, wait, I forgot the other ones. Hold on.
Oh, Dorian, your frame rate
It's
is in the negatives.
It's fine. It's because I have so many tabs open right now.
You are 5 pixels back.
Oh no.
Do they not have. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I love that.
Why do you have a hat with the little spinny thing on top?
It was unironically a birthday gift.
That sounds about right.
At what age?
27.
When's your birthday?
It was when I made canvas stuff like too, so I guess spread it like out.
Answer the question, Austin. When's your birthday?
July 12th.
All of our birthdays fall back to back to back, except for Caleb.
Okay. Oh, there's so many things going on in this fight. Jesus Christ.
Feel how I did in the fucking.
Oh, it's gonna get
hotel.
worse. Okay. So, I can tell you right now, Skywarp, Acid Storm, and Thundercracker all land and, like, transform on the center, on that A, that center bit of concrete. So it's just like the three of them standing there.
Posing.
I was like,
The Seeker rookies, let's see if they transform or not. I'm gonna say that they stay in their alt modes. One of them is gonna be in the left corner up where the C and the B is like the upper, that corner of the road, and the other one is gonna be in the opposite corner. So there's two of them in each of the upper corners.
what was
Oh, the initiative is right now Skywarp got a 17.
I mean, that's fair.
17, then Rusty at 16, then LCDC at 15, Thundercracker at 15, Entropy at 12, Gangplank at 11, Whistler at 8, Acid Storm at 6, Ricochet at 6.
Wait. So LCDC 15.
Yep,
Thundercracker at what?
15.
Is that good?
Entropy is 12,
Yep.
Gangplank 11, Whistler at 8, Acid Storm at 6,
Okay.
Ricochet at 6.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
I know,
How do you spell ricochet?
just the word.
Google?
Riochet, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rio shit. Nope. So that was just corrected me.
It might be wrong.
I was missing a C. Alright.
Okay.
So it is Skywarp's turn.
Yeah, so it's gonna start out. You see Starscream is still like flying above you. Just kind of, yeah. He's staying out of the fight. He doesn't want to get his hands dirty. In fact, as you start out, he kind of dives down a little bit and just goes, "You're all noobs," and then gets up and flies away again. Yeah, he's gonna keep just insulting all of you.
Yeah, I know it's not my turn. Can I flip him on?
You can flipping him off is a free action.
Yeah.
Skywarp. What is Skywarp gonna do? Skywarp is. There's suggested actions.
The song's already stuck in my head, thank you.
Yep. Oh, I can.
Yeah, so Skywarp is
Yeah.
just gonna pull out a blaster. He's going to aim towards where the engineers are, and you see just a giant chunk of the concrete wall just go as it explodes right next to them, and that's going to be his action, is just shooting near the engineers and freaking them out, and they're all like scrambling around like ants and just going, "Oh my god, we're gonna die! Oh my god, we're gonna die!" And then that's his turn, and next up is Rusty, who is going to try and convince them all to stop running around. We'll see if she can. I didn't mean to have this in the gameplay order where it's just me, but
Now, how do I want to do
yeah,
that?
she's got a social of 2, which means she's gonna roll this at a snag. I think, unless there's anything else. Does she have culture? No, I won't be. And that was another 10. So Rusty completely fails to persuade the engineers because she's like,
She is the largest.
she's so big and they're all terrified of her. So she's like, hey, like calm down, and just kind of like leans down and gets someone face, and the guy like falls over and like scrambles away from her. So next up is
Scared of a big woman.
LCDC. You're up.
Oh no.
Why do you stack my toes during combat? Impatient.
You're useless.
There we go.
Like it's supposed to.
Well, you've made your toast, now lie in it.
So, because he's not in the initiative order, can I step into the meadow a little bit and guess that I'm not allowed to attack Starscream right now?
Starscream is here in narrative only.
Oh god, he's a ghost again. In that case, how big is the gap between the road where they are?
Okay, this
Is
is...
there anybody physically on the ground that we're fighting?
Besides the three that are in the middle, that's...
They're in the middle.
A. That's where Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Acid Storm are.
Fuck, do I just shoot?
So they're most of them are in A. They're kind of bunched up in A, aren't they?
Yeah, they are bunched up in A.
Awesome. Can I throw?
There's gonna be so many tests if you throw something in the middle of them.
I'm trying to remember how you throw. You said there's a thing I have to do in order to like
Aim. How does aiming?
Aiming is a free action. And hold on, let me check the
Is
rules.
getting a concussive grenade out also a free action?
No, I'm gonna say you can just do that, whatever.
Okay, so I have a concussive grenade. Can I aim it?
I have to double check. I have a feeling grenades aren't ranged weapons. You can only aim ranged weapons. Let me double check. I
You
think.
double check that, and either way, I'm hurling a concussive grenade in the general direction of them and hoping I've got to hit at least one of them.
Yeah, concussive grenade is a sidearm explosive. You can't aim with it.
Okay. Can I throw it real hard?
Yeah, you can throw it.
How do I throw it?
The range is 20 feet normal, 50 feet if you want to take a snag. Let me see, because it has the things now where it's 10, 10 feet squares for that one. It, for some reason, didn't label the other one. So where are you? Let me see where you are.
Max, that made me want to.
My toast is ready.
Well, you go figure out your toast, because I'm going to have to figure this out. One. I'm going to say right now, you were not close enough to throw a grenade that far. At the very least, I'm going to say that you guys are... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys are at the very least 90 feet away from them.
Okay, if I'm not close enough, can I move up to a point where I like drive sort of closer to like the island, basically?
Yeah, you can drive close to the island.
Okay, can I drive and as I'm driving, just be yelling and trying to get their attention?
Sure.
Okay.
Movement is a separate action from fighting, so if you wanted to move, you could move and then try and throw the grenade when you're closer.
Oh, okay. Hang on, give me like a second to figure this out.
Yeah. Just tell me, let me see what your movement is.
30 feet?
40 feet.
40 feet?
Yeah, so you can drive 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, the thing about it, I should get
1, 2,
all steps.
4.
Nobody wants to see Entropy when he has the sickies. I imagine it's very.
Big ball of knives.
Oh my god, stick him in a ball pit. Oh my god. He's been cooped up inside for too long. You just stick him in a little pit full of balloons, and it's just him hacking and slashing, stabbing.
You're still going to be 90 feet away for moving 40 feet. You can probably spend a free action to move to where the island is closest.
Okay, so
I think in order to get to where the island is closest, you'd have to get to where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, roughly 80 feet. So you'd probably have to spend both your free actions. Actually, how many free actions do you have? What's your speed?
My speed is where's that?
Your speed's 4. Yeah, you get 2.
Okay.
So let me double check how much additional movement you get for spending a free action.
such a simple action and it's just so complicated.
10 or 15. Like, my goal is just to
All my movement up. I just yell at them and then on my next turn.
Man, what's that Lincoln?
Oh, which one?
Fine.
I don't know which one's that. The what?
Yeah.
I don't know the green one.
I hate that evil texture that's on the other side of it. And it's also the system on my bed all the time. That's
It's 5 feet that you'd be able to move, so you'd have to spend both of them just to move another square.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna go my full regular movement in that direction,
Okay.
and I'm gonna use my free actions to just yell and taunt.
So you're
all
gonna
of them.
move 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2. Let me. I'm editing this in Pixlr so I can track movement.
That's why I had like a really shitty version drawn out in my notebook so I could doodle lines of where the fuck y'all went. Otherwise, I'd have no clue.
We're up there now.
Awesome.
So you just want to do that, and do you
I'm
want
just
to?
gonna use my full movement, and then I'm also gonna be yelling at all of them the whole time, trying to distract them and get them to focus on me instead of the engineers.
And you're not doing any standard movement or anything.
That was my standard movement. The standard movement is 40 feet.
No, that's your movement. Any standard actions, I mean.
Oh, not really, because I can't aim anything, so I'm just gonna be taunting them.
Okay.
Trying to.
Don't you have a thing for taunting?
I get to roll like advantage on intimidation checks, but
I mean, you can do that if you want to.
And
That's
you
all.
get to where they're like one of us with like advantage on like
oh,
you have that.
I think it's
If you want to just roll like an intimidation check or something on them.
This little fucker is cussing you out.
roll accept an intimidation or persuasion skill test against a target's willpower or charisma as a standard action. On a success, they attack you on their next turn. They suffer a snag. If they don't attack you, you go. Okay, so I'm gonna do diversion.
Okay.
I'm moving 40 feet, and then I'm doing diversion. So I'm gonna roll. Do I get to select willpower or cleverness? Do you select that?
Oh, I know. I select what it goes against. I'm gonna say willpower.
Well, I have a ton of targeting.
Oh. Well, it doesn't matter for any of them.
Okay, I'm targeting Thundercracker because he looks easily bullyable.
Sure.
And I'm gonna roll. Intimidation for. I'm gonna roll intimidation because I get a standard like to roll with that.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna look at Thundercracker and just yell at him. What do I yell at him? Let's roll first and see if I do well.
What'd you get?
I think I have to roll a d2.
I gave you a coin.
It's under my plate now.
Yeah, damn it! I was gonna also
It
use
doesn't
that
matter.
coin.
Well, 3 plus 2 is 5.
You know.
Uh,
He just kind of makes a confused face and points like it is a symbol of I can't hear you.
yeah, I'm just gonna yell, you look easily bullyable in his direction.
He just looks confused. He's just like, what? I can't hear you. So that's LCDC's turn. Now it's Thundercracker's turn. Thundercracker is also going to aim at the engineers. So, I'm not going to roll because he's just aiming near them. He has like a particle rifle. So he like pulls out, aims down the sides, and a bit of concrete right in front of them explodes into a shower of debris. They're incredibly panicked. They're, running around. They're going, you hear one guy just go, oh shit!
Are you recording this one as well?
Yep. Yes, all this is going on. So that's Thundercracker's turn. Next up is Entropy.
Called. Entropy is going to first point at Gangplank and people and focus on them. He's going to then drive up to about kind of where LCDC is at. And then the aiming thing. So you take a free action to aim, but what's set to? That's not
Aiming.
Gives you advantage.
Aiming gives you an upshift on a single ranged weapon attack.
I'm going to aim.
And you can stack aiming up to 3 upshifts. So how many free actions do you have?
I've got 4.
So you can spend 3 of those to give you 3 upshifts.
I will gladly do that.
I'm imagining more and more bits unfold from the same rifle.
At a certain point, it becomes like Lockdown's gunface.
It's like separate sights off in front of the other.
And so upshift, that means I go up like the dice, right?
Yes, up the dice ladder. And
So,
what thing are you using?
right.
Rifle. What's the rifle range?
100 feet.
Oh, 100 feet. Yeah, you can hit him easy.
Okay. So then it's the D20 plus for me a
Who are you aiming at, though?
Thundercracker.
Okay.
Because he's the one who fucking shot. He got my attention there. I stacked all of my D6s. Wizard's Tower. Alright. 17?
With the upshifts? Oh.
Wait, 70, did you roll? All those dice? Did the dice stack or did you
Oh,
just roll
wait, I
them?
forgot to roll each of them, right?
Are you specialized in targeting?
No.
Then no.
I used the upshift thing.
Upshift just increases your skill die. Specialization is what gives you everything below. No, I'm sorry.
Fuck.
He's got really good armor.
Damn it.
Entropy's going to turn up the volume to his little, like, voice boxing that he carries around as loud as possible. And it's the most robotic voice ever. Your mom's a baby.
Oh, I love that.
Your mother,
Take a story point for that. Take a story point. Next up is Gangplank for the
Terrified, but right now, the big killer monsters are the least of your problems. If the dam or everyone in the general area is going to bite the dust.
make a persuasion check.
very optimistic of you.
Like the worst mission possible for his skill sets. He should be in a vent somewhere with a spider.
But absolutely.
He doesn't be seen in daylight.
That
You
is
recommend stinking thrown object.
No. Sorry, what did, what did you get?
Oh, that's a 15.
Okay, one of the engineers, the other two still look a bit uncertain, but one of the engineers does kind of nod and go, okay, right. Okay, the valves, and he's going to run off over to the He can move. He's gonna move as much as his movement, which is what is his movement? He's gonna move. I'm gonna say 60 feet. So.
Still my movement.
It's only because he can't take any other
motorcycle
turns.
hurt.
So he's gonna run up into the second building on the left side. Buildings are marked with B, so he's gonna move. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over 1, 6. So he's currently in the second B building, and he's heading over to where those valves are. So that's his, and then Gangplank, you did a check, so that was all your turn. Whistler, right. Whistler, what can Whistler do?
Get shot the next turn.
Whistler is still in her alt mode. She's going to,
Isn't there that whiteboard thing that you can do in a Discord call and you can like upload an image drawing?
It will like lag the fuck
Yeah.
out of like the red standard thing. I think Dorian's computer would explode, dooming us all.
yeah, I'm just gonna say that she's going to move, she's going to move up to her entire movement, which is 45. Where did the map go? Hold on. She's right in this corner, so she's gonna go
Well balanced spinner. Isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, and then half of that. So she's gonna end up there. I'm gonna mark that on my thing with a white dot.
Jordan, you gotta speak up.
I'm talking to myself right now, that's why I'm not talking very loudly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line
My mom
there.
is very stressed about this. Keeps texting me to see
There.
if we're okay.
Well,
Okay.
have her let me know when it arrives, but I didn't see shit.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Whistler is the white dot, so that's going to be her whole thing is moving up there, and then from there,
next session, I suggest we steal the whiteboard from the clubhouse.
yeah. Hopefully next session we'll get to do it in person.
Yeah.
So, 60 feet from there. Let me see if she can do that. That's not gonna work. That's just gonna be her whole thing, is just moving up to there. Next up, Acid Storm. Acid Storm is going to also take aim at the engineers, the two that are left over there, and he's going to chuck. You see him kind of wind up, and you see him throw. It almost kind of looks like a paper airplane. What he's holding, it's like a vial with wings that crashes into the ground and like melts into the ground and like melts a hole through the floor, which scares.
You guys do know Warp Blood.
He's a chemist. He made it. So it just like melts into the ground, and as it does so, it just, like it's right next to the foot of one of the engineers, and he's just like, so that's gonna be his turn. And then Ricochet, who's on the other side, who is going to. I'm going to say he does the same thing as Whistler and just moves up to his full movement, which they have the same movement. So he's just going to be equal on the other side. Just for the sake of time right now, because he's not anywhere close.
I can't believe the narrative won't let me kill Starscream.
Right, starting
You
over.
want to do
Next
that
turn.
to your POs.
Skywarp.
He's immortal.
Okay. He's allowed to attack this turn.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he can teleport.
So he's gonna aim probably at the one who's closest to him, which is probably the LCDC.
Oh my god.
I'm busy!
You might be busy, he's not. He is going to...
Can LCDCs
We're about to find out.
I'm trying to think if we can chuck them as far as possible and they can try to
I
down
tried to ask how far Rusty can throw people, and I got a solid no in response.
She can't throw you.
Why? Why not?
Because...
I'm 8 feet tall, she's like 35!
We'll figure it out next turn. Yeah. Okay. That'll reach.
Dickhead.
Okay. So,
You gotta roll against my evasion, right?
yeah, your evasion, and he's going to be trying to shoot a missile at you. But I'm gonna be very nice.
Slowly scooting backwards just a little. Thank God I got good invasion. That's the only thing I got going for me.
Okay.
It points one of this east.
11.
You missed, bitch!
Yeah. Yeah, these guys are really strong, so they all roll at a snag for this adventure, because you're babies. So he takes aim, and a missile just goes flying over the dam, over you, and like crashes and explodes a mountainside somewhere in the distance.
LCDC, who up until that point has been kind of solidly running in one direction, stops, turns, looks at where the missile landed, looks back, and goes, "What the fuck was that?"
Skywarp just kind of sighs.
Try better next time, Jesus.
Thundercracker leans over and like hits him in the back of the head and just goes, "Who taught you to aim, Starscream?" And then Skywarp looks at him and just goes, "Yes!"
Yeah, they didn't build you with any brains, did they?
Acid Storm is in the background looking like he'd really rather not be here.
We can make that happen.
Oh no.
He wants to go home. Rusty's up next, and she's going to try and convince the other engineer to also start running over to the thing to fix it. So... And she does. She kind of leans down to the guy whose foot nearly got melted and just kind of goes, and just kind of points over to the thing and goes, "You need to go fix that now." And he kind of looks up and nods, and he is going to spend his 60 feet of movement to get over to where the other guy is, kind of, maybe just a little bit further, but they're both in that second B building.
Factory are these people coming from?
Where they can run 60 feet?
I get 30 feet of
40 feet!
Yeah, I get 30 feet of movement.
They only get 60 feet of movement if they don't do anything else. That's why, if they're doing something else, they only get 30. It's because they're putting everything into running. So they're gonna both end up in B.
Wait, how do we know how long a turn is in
God, in this, I'm gonna say D&D rolls 6 seconds.
They're running 60 feet in 10 feet a second!
Shit. Okay, so that's Rusty's turn. LCDC.
Alright, I'm gonna first take my movement and move the full length to where I'm close enough to throw a grenade at that island.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's gonna be about there. Where are you right now?
I am...
You're there. How much is your movement again?
40 feet.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna say you can get up there.
Okay, I get there. I turn to the island, and before I throw, I'm gonna take free action, and I'm just gonna go, "Hi, Thundercracker. Do I know his name?
They're all very recognizable Decepticons to you guys.
I yell his name, and then I throw a concussive grenade as hard as I can at his head.
Yeah, so you do manage to get close enough to do it that time, and I'm gonna see you.
Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you have to roll for his evasion to see if you can dodge a grenade being thrown at his head.
Oh, do I add anything to that, or is it just
What are your rules for taunting again?
I get an intimidation, so I just get the crit too.
Okay.
So would I add a D2 to it?
Yeah, you can add a D2 to it.
Alright.
Well, it depends, unless you have anything else for that.
I don't have anything else for yelling and then throwing a grenade at somebody. I don't think. Unless you want me to add street.
Well, let me just see what...
Hold on.
It's all gone down.
What the fuck do I have dots in? Dots in nothing.
Okay, let me just double check and...
Technology.
Okay, let me just see what the thing...
Using a grenade.
What grenade is. What the words... what,
That's a grenade.
what grenade is.
What is grenade?
What
I
grenade?
put all of my points into
Do you have anything in athletics?
Anything in athletics? No.
Okay, never mind. Then you're
Alright.
just rolling straight as is. Okay, let me find Thundercracker's
Alright,
thing.
rolling straight.
Yep.
What can I roll gay? Come on, please. Ten.
No, you need at least an 18.
Oh. So where does it go? Does it hit one of the ones behind it?
No, it just splashes into the water.
I think it's like 5 feet.
I only have 2 of those.
It just sinks. And so you just hear a muffled and like there's some bubbles.
Can't take that trout.
What trout is in the first thing in the...
I don't know.
This is a flooded section of the dam. This shouldn't be underwater.
Yeah, but the fish came through.
Oh. The crawdad having to fall through, and it's having a very confusing day.
Somewhere there's a crawfish having a shit day.
It's not related to this. Just in the world.
Just in the world, there's a crawfish. Okay, so that's your turn.
Damn it.
Now it's Thundercracker's turn again, and he's going to try and attack you again.
Can we continue to be cringe fail idiots at each other?
He's going to pull out that particle rifle again, and he's going to aim
So it's still alive.
straight at you.
I have to be a couple feet behind, also mimics my healthy.
A strong thumbs down.
Which of these is a D8? I think that's...
Don't add a D8. Why'd you do that?
Because he has a D8. Which of these is...
Don't do that.
Well, actually... No, because that might instant kill you if I get it high enough.
You can lie about how you roll.
Just do what you're doing. Commit. No, you've got this far.
Hold on.
Commit.
Does that be...
Also, make sure your titty doesn't fall out of your dress.
Thanks. 6, 4, 2.
That's my
Okay.
job, isn't it?
Let's do...
It'll happen inside Boston, I promise. It accidentally happened still on my friend.
14?
What?
14 for evasion. What's your...
It meets, it beats, it rolls.
No, let's say it has to go over.
What?
No, that's not fair. I think it is meets, it beats. It's 14.
How much health do you have right now?
I'm gonna say meets, it beats it just because I want that to apply to the enemies as well.
Okay, what's your health at right now?
Any healing?
I'm at a cool 3 health.
Okay, you are now on 0 health.
Ah!
Because I downgraded from the D8 to a D2 in order to do 3 damage.
I am unconscious, I guess.
Do you have any energon points?
I got 2 of them.
You can... Let me look up the rules again. I think you can spend an energon point to...
This game. It's a little wonkadoodle to me.
I thought you had higher evasion. I would have lied.
That's why
No,
you keep
that's
a
fair.
spreadsheet of all your players' things.
Let me figure out the energon rules. Hold on.
And then they
I should
fucking
have down at where it goes over, because then you needed 20 to hit my ass, and I'm already at 2 health, so that's not fair. It's not fair, but I would prefer it. Until I have to try to hit somebody else.
I will say, if you guys want to spend a story point, I will give you guys like a repair kit so that you can heal LCDC if you want to.
Oh, and lean up on the ground.
I already assume Entry tries to do most of his repairs, however well they go, so I will definitely use my story point you gave me.
Yeah, okay, you can burn story point, so you have a repair kit to heal if you want to.
I'm
Do
dead
you
on the ground.
do you want to spend an energy point to keep going?
If I don't spend an engine point, do I just die?
Yeah, you have no health.
Do I have to like stabilize by using one, I guess?
No, you can. If you spend an energon point, you can function normally for an additional 1d2 rounds. So you could keep going and keep attacking if you wanted to.
While you were repairing?
Yeah. You can. It'd be like pushing
Do we
through.
have to use both, or is it the repair?
Defeat is not death, so.
Don't look at me.
So
at
if
that
you use
long.
that, you would be able to go for a max 2 more rounds before you would be not able to do anything, and they would have to heal you. Nobody has any healing, so you would be out for the rest of the fight, unless you guys want to spend the story point.
Spend it, fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to spend the story point to do it, I will not spend the energy on it because
Okay.
it seems like
I'm just hoping to shoot this round. Die.
So you lie down on the ground.
I imagine I just get shot in the head. Like, hey, and throws a grenade, fucks it up, and then
Yeah, then Cricket just turns around and like an automated turret almost just goes. And you just see LCD.
split second before LCD just go, oh shit!
Yeah, LCDC is like out and on the ground. You found that you have sort of squirreled away a repair kit somewhere in your non-existent pockets.
Like stick straight up, like kind of meerkat does.
Yeah.
Like I'm very panicked. It's like, and sometimes panic is like, okay, I'm just fake pocket.
And in a barely audible volume, the death of Hatsune Miku.
Alright, how the fuck do I heal?
I'm gonna say. Oh, I'm sure there are rules for this.
Wait, no, it's Thundercracker. Oh, wait, Thundercracker.
Yeah, Thundercracker just shot you in the head.
I was about to say, let's be fair.
Okay. I put all of my smart points into learning.
Where are the medkits?
Nice out of your mouth.
Die.
Where is healing? What the hell? Combat.
We heal you for a cool.
Damage and repair.
Points.
Health.
What's my max health?
God, I fucking miss playing a barbarian sometimes. Those 42 health points were fucking beautiful. We're all wizards in the worst way.
Yeah.
We're half wizards.
Wizards.
We all have 0 in constitution. And so instead of adding points, we just get them taken.
So you have the repair kit. I'm gonna say you
Add,
can.
and then they fucking died to my notes so early.
Okay. So you do have to go up to You get the standard haircut. Do you want to spend your movement? Oh, actually, you're next to LCDC, right?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You don't have to use any
You're
movement.
pretty close.
Yeah, you can I'm gonna say you're up there. How much health do you want to restore? Because that depends. That changes the difficulty. It's the difficulty is gonna be 5 plus 5 per health you want to restore.
5 plus 5. So does it make
Oh,
it
you're
20 if I want to restore 2 health points?
No, 5 plus 5 is 10 for 1. It'd be 15 for 2. It'd be 20 for 3.
Okay, and what do I roll? What's the rolling thing for that? I need to figure out that. first before I
Technology.
Oh no, I specialize in that.
I fucking know. And if I say wanted to go for 2 and I didn't meet that difficulty, would it be no healing then? Or would it be 1?
I think it's no healing, and then you have to just try again.
I'm gonna go for 1 point just to get you
I'm
stabilized.
probably not gonna get hit again. Famous last word.
I won't be mean and target you immediately afterwards. I promise you that.
13.
Okay, so you passed the 10, so you have restored. Yeah. So LCDC, you're like booting back up, like Windows startup noises.
What's it called? You're flat on the ground, enemies like hunched over you, like Nightman style. It's just like its head's like right in your face, like, and it's like poking you.
There's like a tiny blowtorch that comes out of the repair kit that's like just sealing up the hole in your head.
Oh, what's it called?
Yeah. So
Can you rest your hand real quick?
you're
It's
fully
just like,
restored to
don't
1
do
health.
that again.
It was not intentional.
So that's gonna be your action. Gangplank. What you doing?
Shoot someone in the head.
Yeah. There's one last section here, right?
There's 2 more.
Okay.
Oh no, there's 1 more. Rusty got 1. Yeah.
There's one more.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go for that persuasion mission. That is 18.
Yeah, you fully persuaded. He, seeing the other guys run off, one of the other guys kind of pokes his head out of the building and, like, kind of helps you by, like, sort of gesturing to his friend, like, come on, we gotta go. And so he is also going to spend his 60 feet of movement to run over to that second building where they are. So he's going to be, yeah, up in at B as well.
So the humans are all clear now, right?
Yeah, the humans are all inside of the building, out of line of fire. So that was you did a skill test, so that's your action, unless you want to move.
I would like to move towards the water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump on that boat.
So I'm gonna say if you're right there, it's gonna take you, like 10 feet of movement to get into the water, and then you have however much your aquatic movement is. Okay. So it's gonna be 35 feet because of the 10 you moved on land. But once you're in the water, where do you want to go?
In the direction of A, never spent the soccer right?
Yep. So I'm gonna say you move 35 feet in the direction of A.
Please don't jump onto Gangplank with your single health point.
1, 2.
I'm gonna do a stick flip.
Kick flipping a submarine.
3.
And it will be me.
I'm gonna say you're right about there. And then spring.
We get a beach episode.
Hell yeah, we do. We are the beach episode.
The submarine is the beach episode. Just the image of all of you riding Gangplank like a whale, like just.
Noble sea.
Why do I?
So you're right there right now. So that's gonna be your turn, and next up is Whistler. Whistler is there. Whistler, what can Whistler do right now? 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 Whistler is going to, let's see. If Whistler moves. Whistler's going to move 45 feet, and then up there.
Whistler is just right back and forth.
Whistler's going to do that, and then she's going to pop out her mini laser, and she's going to target Entropy.
Well,
Oh, there's the laser.
Yeah, just like a little, almost like a periscope, kind of pops at like the bottom of her jet as she goes zooming up towards you and goes, and then it like pops out and just goes and like starts going beep, beep, and aims towards you. So, I'm gonna roll that.
you keep rolling dice.
Looks like I cocked it the first time. 13?
19, fucker! It's this!
Yeah. So it just goes, Entropy, and like you like manage to sort of like duck down, and it like just goes, and it just the laser kind of pulses over your head and goes into like a wall behind you.
He's going to point at her.
Yes. Whistler.
And
Whistler's a thumb.
Stein
You see kind of in the cockpit like a hollow form of like a very serious looking female pilot just kind of glare straight at you. She's so pissed. You also hear crackling over the radio, the laughter of Ricochet from the other side, and then like the hollow form kind of turns around and glares at him. That is going to be really good because she messed up within view of Starscream.
Oh no. This performance review?
She gets a downshift on her skill test next turn. Because they will do anything to gain favor in Starscream's eyes, so messing up in front of them makes them nervous. They are TOs. So that's her done.
Just that.
Acid Storm. Acid Storm is going to. So many character sheets to keep track of. You keep clicking on Arachnid.
Do not make my arachnid.
Where the fuck is the spider at? I got raid.
God, I can target them. What do you? Oh, yep. They're not test. There we go. There we go. Come on.
Horny advantage.
Perfect. Oh. So, Acid Storm is going to pop out. You see, he, like, kind of on his, shoulders, two kind of like shoulder pads almost raise up, and, rockets that kind of are emit a kind of sickly green fire, aimed straight towards Gangplank.
Okay, I'll take it.
So there. Go
Hey.
there.
It's not me. who does not want to get hit, and it's not you who I just healed. So
Oh, please.
sorry, Gangplank. Take one for the team.
Oh, speaking of taking one for the team, he rolls a natural fucking 1.
Ah, thank God.
They go, they kind of whiz around like fireworks and then just go straight into like the water and like they just kind of, like you can very clearly see that they're experimental rockets, and when they land there's kind of almost a fizzling as if they were filled with acid.
This really is going to fuck up.
Yeah.
This will affect the trout population.
And you hear, you see Thundercracker kind of turn around and like slap Acid Storm across the face and just go, "Why'd you bring your stupid experimental tech out with you?" And Acid Storm just kind of sighs, and you hear him mutter under his breath, "I really wish it was Nova and Ion right now. I really wish I was Nova and Ion right now." He just wants to be back with the other Rainmakers. He doesn't want to be here.
That was his try.
He's not with his trying. Skywarp is laughing his ass off.
I'm going to be its east now. Shush.
Ricochet is up next.
Alright, let's see how he fucks it up.
How does Ricochet go?
That's definitely not how that's spelled.
Yeah, Ricochet is going to... Where is Ricochet right now? Jesus Christ, you're over there. What do you have in terms of... You don't have anything that's that far. Ricochet is going to fly over the water towards you guys. So... He is going to move 45 feet and just go...
You.
1, 2, 3,
Was it my deck?
4,
Yeah.
5. There we go.
Earlier
So
when you
Ricochet
started
is currently right over the water. So he's nowhere near you guys, nowhere close enough to hit you, but he's moving in. And I'm going to add the engineers on to the sort of bottom of this. They don't have a place in the initiative order, but you guys have managed to encourage them to start moving over to the things. So I'm going to say that they all get out. So they're all around here, and they can move. Make them green for funsy and flavor. They can move 60 feet, so 1, if they don't do anything else. They can't do anything else right now, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's them there. So they're all kind of, they're all moving up towards the release valves. I will say also, if you want to, a common size Autobot can fit through and also help them do the release valves if need be. I'm looking at you, LCDC, because you're the only common size Autobot. You don't have to. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
It's the smart thing for you to do.
Ricochet just moved.
Okay.
And so now it's Skywarp's turn. So Skywarp is going to... Where's Skywarp? Skywarp is gonna... What can you do, buddy? Yeah, Skywarp is gonna pull out a, He also has a particle rifle, so he's gonna take aim, and he's gonna aim at Gangplank, since, Acid Storm so badly missed him. So he's gonna take aim and aim right now. It's cocked. That's a total of 3. Yeah, Skyward pulls out the rifle and just goes, Acid Storm, this is how you do it, and then just proceeds to completely miss. He's just like, this is how you do it, and just goes, and it like just goes, it goes through like a window next to you, like it's just completely missing.
Perfect. I don't know why the sound of laughter is a travel people when I heard that.
There's some bubbles coming up.
Yeah, it like goes over you and just goes,
Wow, these guys are disappointing.
yeah.
I'll take it.
Next up is Rusty, who, now that all the humans have been convinced, is going to...
Deep is the water, by the way.
It doesn't fucking say. I have no clue.
I think
Deep enough for a submarine to fit in there.
I was about to ask because I was like, well, is it deep enough where like I could stand up in it? Or?
No, you'd have to swim.
Okay.
Rusty... What's the longest?
Here's this opportunity
Rusty
for
is
you
going
to
to
say
take
no,
aim.
You had a harm's way since you're almost dead. How many
Rusty's going to take aim at Whistler, with her, take aim at Whistler with, her blaster. Well, actually, no, she pulls out her shotgun, and she goes, "Pow!" And she's going to take aim at, Whistler. So I gotta roll for that. What's its blaster is... What is the shotgun? Shotgun, not blaster. In terms of and stuff. What is that? Targeting, medium projectile. Let's say that's... No, it's targeting, yeah, so it's range. So, just like getting that as an extra option. Let's look at her. What is your target? She takes aim with her shotgun. And for a total of 9. Jeez, what's their evasion? Even the scrolling lags on this because I'm going way too far down.
How many tabs do you have open?
It's just because it's a really long PDF. That's why. Gee,
Ah,
how did we
that's
get up
it.
there? There we go.
Consider self-care for your laptop. Give it a nice, like, relaxing spa day, maybe by closing all of this.
No, she takes aim and for this total one, pulls out the shotgun, cocks it, and just goes, and just manages to basically, she's trying to aim for like the front of Whistler, and she just ends up going underneath and like hitting the concrete underneath the jet. Just go, and just hits the ground. And Whistler kind of, you see her like hollow form inside, just kind of like coldly chuckling and just going. Like you can't really see her laughing because the holoform has like the flight mask on, the like fighter pilots wear, but you just see like sort of the movement of the body.
Decepticons, Autobots, whatever faction we're on, we all make ourselves look bad in front of the humans.
We're all this is going on for so long. I think we actually discovered that it's been going on for so long. No one's died yet.
LCDC, you're up next.
Speaking of,
Do you want to talk shit?
So would I have to tell the humans is it a reaction?
So to help the humans, hold on. Let me find. Yeah, if basically you'd have to get up to where you see where C is on the map.
Yes. Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, where C is up there. Those like glowing things ahead of it are the switches that you need to hit. So you need to move from where you are up to C, and then you can make the check to do it.
Okay, I can't really tell what I'm looking at. Do I walk on the white part or the not white part?
Not white part.
No,
The white part is the wall, so you'd have to go, like into B, like where you are, like right at the corner, and then go up there. So you'd probably have to spend a turn just moving.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna do my free action first, and I'm gonna throw my second grenade at the island.
You mean your standard action?
Oh, sorry, my standard action.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw. Can I take movement after my standard action?
Yeah, you can do them whatever
Okay.
order.
So I'm gonna throw my last concussive grenade at the island. I'm gonna try and hit Thundercracker in the head again. Please, I never ask you for anything, dice. Oh. Google has misunderstood when I asked for it to roll a d2 and it gave me a d6.
I cannot hurt. What?
16 plus 2 is 18.
You said 18 last time.
You know what? I'll give that to you because it's a meter beats it. So
Yes, I even then I did.
he's like slapping like Acid Storm and like making fun of him, and if he turns around, he slaps Acid Storm, turns around, Skywarp completely misses. He turns around to start go yelling at Skywarp, and a Kid Crescent grenade hits him in the head and then explodes in his face.
Yeah.
It's just like a series of mess ups through all of them. And just goes, flag. This is like right next to his head.
Yeah, you all suck. And then I run towards the gear.
So how much is your movement?
40 feet.
So I'm gonna move you 40 feet in. One, two, three, four. So you're probably gonna end up there. So you're gonna end up right in B, right there.
We're slowly adding confetti to this.
I know. So now it's Thundercracker's turn. He's firmly pissed, but you are inside the building, so he cannot aim at you. So he's going to turn around and aim at the next closest person, which is Entropy. So he's going to. What does he have right now? What does he have? What do you got? Thundercracker.
All those points into speed. Help me, help me.
So he's going to.
So since it's a concussive grenade, does it like throw him off at all?
Please knock him out.
Okay,
No.
you should fuck with
He's
his
got
head a
14
little.
health. He's gonna take like 1 damage from that.
Yeah,
What does
kind of grenade do I?
What does concussive grenade do?
It
It
does
just-
stun damage.
That's just a name of a type of damage. It doesn't.
Does it stun at all?
I don't think so.
I think so I can do this.
Hit damage right now, just to double check. Stun. I'm not seeing anything. No, I'm not seeing anything specific for that.
Concussive grenade and frag grenade like they're like the same amount of damage.
It depends. It's for resistances mainly. So if somebody's resistant to like stun damage, then a frag grenade can damage them. But Thundercracker is going to.
Entropy's doing a little dance, like kind of shooting side to side.
he's going to, you see he also kind of has like the sort of rising up shoulder things that, that, Acid Storm does, and these like sort of, not quite missiles, these kind of like rounded projectiles come flying out. He's going to downshift this as well, because he's going for the max range of these. Seven. And down. 10?
19.
No.
That's my evasion. 6.
Yeah. So his Shonic charges that he has also land into the water, and Gangplank, you probably feel like a very strong vibration go through you as these essentially sound grenades detonate underwater and reverberate. Those are one of the ones that does have a specific damage thing because it lowers your willpower because you're all rattled around. So it would have been very bad if it hit you. But that's Thundercrackers. Go. And Entropy, you're up now.
Entropy's gonna look at Whistler, and his like the little like option thing of his eye has been kind of squinty so far, but it's going to completely open up to like the red lens, kind of like when a cat's hunting
Ooh.
and it locks onto a target and his eyes get really big, and he's going to aim his rifle at Whistler, and I'm gonna use 3 of my free actions for aiming.
That unfolds 3 different scopes.
Yeah, you completely beat her evasion. How much damage does this do? How much damage is this?
1. All of our things do 1.
Yeah, I mean, she only has 3 health, so
One charge.
she's down to 2
19
health
plus
now.
1 from the d6.
Minus. Okay. Whistler is,
He aims it towards like the glass windshield
yeah.
of the cockpit, right where her hollow floor is sitting.
It crashes through. The hollow form like sort of glitches out and vanish, and you hear a slightly very strange scream that is half the hollow form's computerized human voice
Ooh.
and half like her own. So you hear this kind of very glitchy as this pierces through what is essentially her face, because she has like a visor that is what her like corporate windscreen is on her alt mode. That is like her visor, so it like is going straight through. It is painful. So she screams and just goes, "Piece of slag."
He was gonna tilt his head a little bit. Just watch it.
It's just a yell from Elton. You see, I heard violence back there. Good job.
You also hear like a kind of a ooh noise from Ricochet, like over the radio once again, as he's like, "Oh no." He's like, don't like that.
He's just gonna slowly turn his head towards Ricochet.
You're next.
You're next.
You're next.
Oh man. Gangplank, you're up. You're somewhere in the water right now.
Water.
Right now it's Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Acid Storm. I will warn you right now, direct melee combat with any of them is a death sentence. Yeah, you are not meant to fight these guys directly.
Counterpoint. Rev the submarine up, ramp it onto the island, wipe them all out. Come on.
So, what'd you say you wanted to do?
Let's see. I was gonna get closer, and I was gonna sort of like possible stick my hands just up above the water and toss a concussive grenade up.
Use your hands when you're in alt mode.
And the periscope.
No, no. That is the main thing of Alt versus bottom mode is you can't use your hands. If you have
Straight to TF1.
if you have any integrated weapons, you can use them. But if you don't have anything that's integrated, you're gonna have to convert back. There is, if you look at the map, you see how there's those sort of 3 dots in a triangle shape. I'm gonna say if you wanted to pull yourself up onto that, the one that's closest to you, you could convert back. So you're gonna move up onto there. I'm gonna say converting is a free action for this. And then, which grenade are you using, frag or concussive? Concussive. Concussive grenade. Okay, that's so go ahead and roll for that. And oh, who are you aiming at, by the way? Who are you aiming at? They're all assholes. I'm
Acid.
oh acid. Oh, acid storm. Okay.
What's it called? It's really fun to launch the warnings with. No, like, look at.
Right, so just a standard D20, right?
Unless you have anything to add on to it, yes.
I just want to. You did it. Do
you have any athletics?
I got a 13.
Ah, okay. 13, that is not going to be enough to hit, unfortunately. So, you kind of overjudge it and toss it over Acid Storm's head, and it lands in the water behind him, and once again detonates underwater.
It's gonna hop for a shrug.
he shrugs back at you. He's just kind of like,
What a day at the office, huh?
yeah, pretty much. Like,
Like, it's nothing too personal at this point.
It's never anything personal for Acid Storm. He's just doing what he's told to do. So that's gonna be your turn. Whistler's up next, and Whistler is currently pissed at Entropy for shooting her in the face. So she is going to. What do you got?
I think my goal is just to murder this one bitch.
Where is she right now in comparison
Also,
to you? Yeah, I'm gonna say she's going to move 10 feet. She's gonna move, so she's gonna move 10 feet so that she's right next to you. And she's gonna do a drive-by. Or a flyby, rather. She's gonna fly by and basically try to strafe you with her wings as she flies right by you.
What does that mean?
It just says it's a flyby. It just blunt damage. So I think she's mainly tripping you up with her wings.
My noodle neck.
Yeah, she's gonna go for this neck. 12?
No.
Yeah, she's angry. She's been shot in the face. She probably can't see very well at this point because you shot her in the face. So she kind of goes over you a little bit as she does the drive by.
What's it called? His head's like kind of like normal, like neck thing as she goes by. It just like very smoothly just like drops to the side. He doesn't even move his body. His neck just
His head and his body stay in the same place, but his neck curves like a C.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's gonna end up like a little bit just past you.
This isn't D&D, and so you can't do the, what is it, like, attack of opportunity or whatever.
I wish we got it.
So I actually would have stabbed her right now if I could.
Next up is Acid Storm, who, despite being a sort of, it is what it is, mutual understanding with Gangplank, is still getting paid to kill you. So he's gonna, once again, take aim at Gangplank.
A little boom.
What can you do?
What can you do, you know? Except
Yeah, he's just gonna pull out his particle rifle and take aim at you. So. 13?
15.
13. 1, 3.
For evasion, right?
Yeah.
My evasion's 15.
Okay, your evasion's 15, so it just.
Another shrug.
Yeah. Yeah, it just misses you completely. Splashes over you. At this point, you're getting fairly close to convincing Acid Storm to switch sides. He's just kind of bored at this point. Oh, you've completely frozen on my end. Oh, nope, there you are. Nope, still frozen.
he's working fine on my end.
My signal is not great.
What kind of computer is yours?
It's Spirion 14, 2, and 1. Now it's Ricochet.
It's a Dell. Okay.
Yeah. Now it's Ricochet, who...
But I accidentally also
Entropy. Yeah, Ricochet, who is just once again gonna make his move, trying to get over to where Whistler is.
in hell, shortly.
Or where Whistler was, rather. So he's still, like, in the middle of the water, just flying over. He's just having a nice flight at this point. So that's gonna be his whole move. Next up is Skywarp, who's going to...
I'm just rolling with D20 for fun because I got 2, 3, and 4 in a row.
Skywarp is, once again going to pull out his particle rifle, but this time he's going to aim at Gangplank, mainly because he just hasn't had a lot of luck with, aiming at Entropy or anybody else on that side, so he's like, fuck it, might as well aim at this dude. So.
I love how Rusty, who is the biggest target to exist, is being completely ignored.
Skywarp just wants to look cool. So. $11?
Nope, that's not it.
Yeah, Skywarp also misses, and you see him, like, stamp his foot, and he's visibly getting annoyed.
Gameplay just doing the cha-cha slots back and forth every time.
And, so that's gonna be the end of his turn. Now it's Rusty, who's going to, she's gonna pull out her blaster and aim at Whistler.
Union immunity or something.
I have one. No one's more surprised that Gangplank hasn't been shot yet.
I was just one and you're a massive stuff. How did you about it? 14 evasion.
Do you roll anything other than 7s?
Like that.
Once again, a 9 as she pulls out her blaster and tries to shoot and just completely misses. At this point, I don't. One of her concussions is getting to her. She's just she shoots the ground.
Actively.
Yeah, she has like 5 active concussions.
NFL player.
Yeah, she just misses once again. LCDC, you're up.
Okay. Um, can I get to the gears in like
Probably not.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to just use all my movement and keep heading towards where the engineers are. But because I have an understanding of human morale, I am going to be playing the Speech from Independence Day over my windscreen.
Like video on the windscreen.
This is our Independence Day. Just hoping that'll help somehow.
You know, one of the engineers gives you like a shaky thumbs up as like the sound of gunfire echoes behind you.
So weird. I'm just squinting. That's all I'm gonna do.
2, 3, 4, so that gets you to there. There. Okay. Oh, I forgot to move the engineers at the end of Ricochet's turn, so I'm gonna move them now. Like I said, they don't really have a place in the initiative order. So, yeah, as you are blasting the Speech from Independence Day, it gives them the morale to move another 60 feet. 1, 2, 3, 6. So they get up there. Okay. The next up is Thundercracker. Thundercracker is going to. What can you do again? Thundercracker's going to take aim at Rusty, I think, this time. He's finally remembered that she's there. Pulls out the particle rifle again. He hits. So, Rusty, who at this point has not been hit for anything, is going to take 1 point of damage and go from 5 to 4 health.
How did she get 5 health?
It's a thing that she has for being a wrecker.
That was also she's a monolith.
Yeah, she's also really big. Yeah. So she gets like shot in the shoulder, and kind of she stands there for a little bit, and then eventually looks down and just goes, "Ow." She's got nerve damage. It takes a while for stuff to transmit to her brain.
That explains it.
Entropy, you're up next.
How close is Whistler?
Whistler is currently. Let me take a screenshot of where she is. You are the rightmost blue dot. She's the one that is directly below you.
Delightful. So I'm thinking shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take another. Read those reactions. 19?
Yeah, you hit.
Oh, thank fuck. I'm assuming the same, fucking evasion as
Yeah.
the other ones do. I'm aiming for where, her wing that's, like, closest to me connects with the body of the plane. He's just gonna slowly follow and just...
You hear that robotic like scream again. At this point, the holoform has just completely disappeared, and instead you see instead of the normal lights that are on like the front of a plane, all of them have turned blood red, as if they are glaring at you. You also see that there is a sort of like mark on the top of the plane, above the cockpit, that is this sort of like glass dome, which is also now glowing red. She is pissed.
She's angry.
There is energon slowly dripping out of the wound, and the wing that you shoot kind of like goes down a bit and can't quite. You can see like where there's sort of a transformation seam where the wing kind of folds out of her body. You see it is now like kind of bent downwards, and it cannot fully extend at this point, so it's kind of like slightly crooked now. So she's fucked up. She is angry.
She's got 1 health point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, she's not in a good state. And at this point, Ricochet is no longer laughing. He's heading over towards her, and you hear him like kind of report over the radio again, like kind of, "Whistler, are you good?" And she just screams in anger in response. Just if I do, we'll destroy my voice. But she just kind of goes. Like, she's just doing, like, the angriest, like, noise that she can. Yeah. So, yeah, Ricochet is fully heading towards you now. You can see him, like, course correct a little bit where he's aiming for you.
How high is he?
Fairly high, 30 feet. The minimum a fighter engine needs to be above water.
And I was hoping it's cruising like really low, so there's a possibility if he gets close enough and I can shake.
No, he's fairly high up. Gangplank, you're up now.
Well, Ricochet is the one coming in, right?
Yes. He is currently, he's still fairly far out. He's currently in the middle of the water.
Okay. So not being say.
No, he is currently
Yes, no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He is currently 150 feet away from you.
150 feet.
Okay. Who's the one next? Who's the alphabet?
It's Skywarp and Thundercracker.
Skyward.
Skywarp is to the left, Thundercracker is to the right.
He can teleport.
He can, it's just easier for me to keep him on the island so he can aim at you guys.
Alright. It's a free action like pull out a gun, right?
Yeah.
Always in America. It's always a free action.
Yeah, you're completely. You don't even need to spend a free action to pull out a gun. Like, you can just pull out a gun.
I'll pull out the blaster and I'll take it and fire at Cyber.
Can I say something?
Okay.
You said no. You know the really fancy blonde prince guy. It's
I'm gonna kill myself. You. Oh no.
like
Those things that I hate, yeah.
nice.
Shut up.
Well, that's a 9.
9 total?
Yeah.
Yeah, you completely miss. Skywarp, he kind of like leans back really fast to the point where you can't tell if he teleported in place or not, but it's a very fast motion. But he leans back and you see whizzes over his shoulder, whizzes over Acid Storm's shoulder, and just thunks into the wall all the way behind them.
That's like
You can still use your movement.
To what? Back away in space?
sort of like slowly smacking.
How far up are you backing? Wait, are you still in your alt mode or your bot mode or your alt mode?
Sorry to switch into alt mode.
You turn back into the submarine and you end up like right there.
You do a backflip.
Like this.
You're 20 feet back from the island now.
You try to do a backflip, you fuck it up, you land kind of on your shoulder, you just go come.
No. There's like a vehicle reversing noise. It's
Too late. I put the phrase backflips in shame in my notes.
So that's Gangplank. Whistler now, who is once again very pissed off. And yeah, Whistler is just. She's gonna end. Once again, at this point, has a blood feud for Entropy.
I can always switch to the one from Pacific Rim.
It gets through halfway.
Yeah. I'm gonna end up on Braveheart.
She's once again gonna move. No, she's going to pull out her mini laser once again and try and target. She's aiming straight for you as you opened up your eye, Entropy, for your like little hunting thing. If it's still open, she's aiming straight for your eye.
Fuck.
So that
You can medicate yourself, right? You got one use, right?
I think they might be one here. 16.
Nope.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
she misses somehow, even though.
She's gonna hear this weird, like, metallic whirring sound that almost sounds like a laugh, but not quite. It's kind of like if a machine crunching glass tried to make a chuckling sound.
Yeah, as the laser goes like straight over you, she once again screams in rage, and that's gonna be the end of her turn. She's really pissed off. Acid storm.
It's a Union Bandit, right?
Acid storm. Hold on, let me. I keep having to switch back to.
Seekers is to be in the Union except for Starscream by Megatron Heavy Grenade.
Speaking of Starscream, he once again does like a lap around as he's just flying above you guys watching all this go down. And he once again like sort of sweeps down and just kind of goes. He sweeps down and like goes specifically over where Entropy is and just yells down, "Your welding is lackluster. Ratchet would be disappointed," and then flies back up.
Looks badass just a little bit and just kind of shrugs because that was the Decepticons' work.
No, he meant your welding on LCDC, like the repair job you did on LCDC.
He's thinking, Starscream's talking about his own welding on his own body.
Starscream just flies back up again. Acid storm. What are you gonna do, you fuckhead? Acid storm. You see the shoulder things kind of go back up again, and he's once again going to try and. No, actually, the shoulder things go back up. He thinks about it for a second, and they lower back down. And then he just pulls out his rifle and aims for Entropy.
Fucking hell.
Because he kind of thinks about it, and then kind of seems to like process the scene a bit, and decides maybe the rockets aren't a great idea after all, and is like, maybe I should just directly take out the one that's doing the most damage to our rookie.
Fear.
11.
fuck.
Yeah, luckily none of the Decepticons are very good with their rifles. So he just kind of, and once again, at this point the wall is covered with bullets from like missed shots at entropy.
We've done more damage to the dam than we have our each other.
Ricochet is going to continue his flight over to try and save his friend from being shot in the face multiple times.
Entropy's gonna be so excited to go back to base to go see Cap. He's gonna be showing his little energon covered blade.
He makes it over to like he's just gonna keep flying in a straight line at this point. That's all he can do. Also, at this point, the engineers are gonna start moving again because I remembered that they exist.
LCDC is switching up, and now one wing is continuing to play the Independence Day speech. The other one is playing gas, gas, gas. Gotta step on the gas.
1, 2. Oh, that's perfect. So they finally managed to make it over to the things. Let me see what the thing that they have to do to get them to work. So there's 3 of them, so I'm gonna make 3 different technology skill checks for them.
Which one's in the blood tube and entropy?
Whistler. My goal is to see her come down.
So that's a 23. So you see the water start to slowly slow down as one of the valve switches is flicked on. And then the next one, 17. What was it? 18 that I had to make? That one, he starts to turn it a little bit, but it seems to be jammed a bit, so he can't quite get it to move. 21. But the one next to him manages to switch it no problem. So 2 of the 6 valve switches. There's 3 on this side, 3 on the other side. So 2 of them have been switched up. Which is really funny because at this point, your main route is going to be going directly past the Whistler to get there. Yeah, Gangplank are going to start heading over there. I will say though, if you want to help this guy out because you're an analyst, whenever you make a the valve switch test, you get an upshift.
Okay, awesome. So there's also valves on the other side of the dam. We have to get there.
Yes, the other. If you see the full map that I sent the first time round.
Okay.
The big one.
Yeah, the big one. The other C that's over there, where the other 2 Bs are.
Oh, great. Okay.
Hell yeah. Distantly from inside the gym, what do you mean there's 3 more? Oh, they just found out.
You hear Ruth trying to explain the concept of a failsafe.
You wanted to do the puzzle one.
Oh god, I can't wait till we have to do like an actual puzzle.
I see how it is.
Hey.
You know what? You're getting another story point because that's fucking hilarious.
Hang on, I'm gonna put LCDC's back. I won't be able to say.
Okay, what's up? What's up next?
How
What's
close
that?
is Gangplank to huh?
Skywarp. Gangplank
Can I
is.
jump on the Gangplank?
No, Gangplank is in the middle of the water at this point. Or not the middle of the water, but he's closer to the middle of the water. So.
Can I call Gangplank to be like, let's start?
Yeah, you can calm him. That's free for you to do.
I'm going Gangplank over the comms you hear in like this like generic like automated voice.
It's like Siri.
Like so you're like, can I serve you?
I feel like Gangplank would be like, I'm not sure instrument, but you know that cliche surfer music?
Start playing the Hawaii 5-0 theme. So next up, it's Skywarp's turn. Keep having to go through like where the rookies thing is versus where the like the actual named people's things are. Skywarp is going to. Let's make this fun. Skywarp is gonna convert into his plane mode. And he's gonna spend. That's his action, but he's gonna spend his movement, which he has 60 feet of, to try and get over to where you guys are. Yeah, that's playing. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he just about reaches the sort of shore. He's not quite over the road yet, but he's gonna be right over there, and that's some Skywarp, so I'm gonna make him purple. Just about there. So he's heading up to where Entropy is right now.
He gets close. Can I shank him?
He's not close enough for you to shank him, but Rusty's up next. Rusty is gonna turn towards Skywarp, who's coming in, and she's gonna pull out her her blaster and trying to shoot him, which is gonna be. So it's targeting. What is your thing for targeting? Just an aim as a free action because it's ranged. Second, sir. Shift. 1. Other than a fucking 7, please, Rusty. 14, I'll take it. 14 plus 3 is 17. What's his evasion? A lot more than that. Oh, damn it, it's a 19. So, barely misses him. So that's Rusty's turn. LCDC, you're up next.
Oh. Right. Sorry if we bored you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna continue moving towards the valves. I assume I can get there in my. I got 4.
Let me see. Maybe not.
Oh, can I use a free action to?
Yeah, I'm gonna say free actions for this map. I'm gonna say they give you 10 per one instead of 5 per one.
Okay, how many do I have to use up together?
How many free actions do you have?
2.
2. So you have 40 feet. That'll give you 60. 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 60 gets you closest, but not all the way there. But enough to where I think if you moved another 60 feet on your next turn, you could get there.
Okay. Do that. I'm just moving as fast as I can.
Yeah, you're moving as fast as you can.
I'm doing my best. I've moved on.
The engineers are very proud of you. You're up there. So that's all that. Yeah. Thundercracker's next. Thundercracker's gonna aim at Rusty because he aimed at Skywarp. And even those people don't like each other, they will watch out for each other. But they do get along. They just bitch at each other a lot. He doesn't get along with Acid Storm though. Acid Storm's part of a different shrine. So yeah. Thundercracker's gonna pull out his rifle again, and he's gonna aim at Rusty. Oh. 5 plus 5 is 10. He misses. So he takes aim, but Rusty just kind of surprisingly fast for how big she is. Manages to duck out of the way just in time. Entropy, you're up next.
Alright, so I'm gonna take another shot at Whistler. I'm just gonna bitch go down.
Poor
I'm
girl.
gonna aim.
My poor girl that I made for this exact thing.
60.
16 hits.
Six.
So how do you do this?
I'm gonna aim for the opposite side of her cockpit windshield. Like I'm aiming to take out her other eye. I'm gonna.
You like lean back, go into it. She screams once again. You see like flashing lights and everything, and she just dives to the ground and crashes behind you. And you see all the lights on her flicker and then go out. And you hear over the radio Ricochet as he's coming in goes, "Whistler, you asshole!" And he speeds up a bit because that's his friend. That's his little
And
girlfriend.
then with my movement, I'm going to try to book it over towards like as close as I can kind of get in like the direction of where Gangplank's at along the shoreline. I'm gonna pat Whistler as I go. So it's like that way.
She's in a plane mode still. Nothing
Wings over.
You can't keep doing this.
Put the lady here.
And then I'm going to book it.
So, you were gonna be where's? You're up there. What's your movement?
In bot mode, 30 feet.
It's just occurred to me that I can turn into a car, and I've been running in my defense.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
It's not a free action to switch modes, right? It's an action.
Yeah, it's an action.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're about there on the shoreline. I've marked where you are. Here, let me.
You're right there. You say, showing me nothing.
So, Gangplank is in the sort of bottom corner of the triangle of the dots that I've made for him. Let me send the newest map. Yeah. And you are the top red dot.
So the bottom one, so like the
Yeah.
one furthest from shore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he took that 10 feet back away from the island.
Yeah.
So, who's up next? Entropy. Oh, Gangplank, it's your turn. Not again.
Shit, sorry.
Now you owe me 2 more. No, leave them how they are. No more loud glass noise.
Okay, so Gangplank, what were you doing?
You gotta pull it forward.
So perfect, and imagine surfing there, but on the next round.
Okay. So, what is your movement?
45 feet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. We're now the top left, dark blue dot. 5%. You are now there.
Alrighty. I bet the Decepticons weren't expecting a cutter in the desert.
Yeah, you do hear as you sort of pass by the island with everybody on it, you do hear Thundercracker just go, "What the fuck is a submarine doing in the desert?"
Optimus
Prepare for any invincibility.
Next up would be Whistler, except she's dead now, so now it's Acid Storm. Acid Storm is going to, as Gangplank moves away.
That is it somehow most vaguely needy?
I was apologizing.
Acid Storm is going to take...
Your cats are so cold and clammy. I have no friends.
Acid Storm is going to take one last shot at Gangplank as he moves away. Four plus 1 is 5. He completely misses as you like move away from him and just splashes into the water once again. Ricochet.
I kept trying to attack Carol with the zombies inside the death house, and he just kept like sliding.
Ricochet, where are you right now? Ricochet's over there. He's gonna move another 45 feet to try and get over to Entropy, who, shot his girlfriend. 1, 2,
Get a better bitch.
3, 4, 5. I'm gonna change the color of him to black, so I can actually...
morning.
Actually, I'm gonna change the color of him to gray, so he just stands out from the corpse of Whistler. So he's gonna be right about there, I'm gonna say. There. And what's the range on his stuff? Let's see if he can shoot Entropy.
Certainly try.
60 feet max.
It's a little combat.
The snag he can shoot you, so he's gonna do that. With this mini laser that kind of pops out. Same style as Whistler just kind of pops down and tries to aim at you. Three plus 4. Sorry, 3 plus 1 is 4. Please don't light that on fire anymore. It's making it hard to breathe. But yeah, he completely misses in his sort of rage, warning, confusion. As he shoots, he just explodes some of the tarmac next to him. he just explodes. No, he completely misses you. And you hear Starscream swoop back down again. He just goes, honestly, where do we even get these rookies?
You were.
Ricochet's hollow form you see is kind of a guy with kind of almost kind of like surfer, like a frat bro style hair, very kind of like loose, curly.
In another life they could have been friends.
Yeah, and you see him kind of like look up and glare at Starscream as he says that. He's a little bit annoyed. So that's Ricochet. It's time for the scientists to move. Or actually, it's time for that one scientist to make his check again. Can this guy stop fucking failing for 5 seconds? Jesus Christ. It's 10 that misses. There's 3 of them over there. So one of them... I was going to say, one of them has to make this check. 6, that's 18, so that makes it. So the first guy kind of fails to do it again, and the guy next to him just goes, oh, for the love of Christ. And then he reaches over and turns it. So he manages to turn it. So now all 3 of that...
Yeah.
No point in you being here, and you see the water that is pouring out has slowed down sort of halfway. It's still pouring out, but there's a lot less going on. Ruth, who's kind of running up next to you, kind of pokes her head out and sees. She goes, all right, now we need to make it over to the right side so we can get those ones. And kind of gestures for you to... And Ruth's just like, come on, we can do this. And kind of, she jumps out like a broken window of the building's ground floor. So she's just kind of stepping out so she can try to get over to the tarmac to kind of where Entropy is, so she can start heading out. And she gestures for the scientist to follow her. Skywarp is up, and he is in his plane mode, doing his plane things.
Well, you know, like teleporting.
He's gonna move. It's hard.
Well, no, it's not. I knew it.
Yeah, he's gonna move. 2, 4. It's 40 there. What is your aerial mode? Oh, perfect. So he's gonna move 40 feet to reach entropy, and he's gonna try and do a flyby of you. Oh, he's got specialization in flyby. That's fun. Don't worry, he's gonna snag for everything.
Is that a good or a bad?
Oh, that was cocked.
Bad.
That was also cocked. That's a 4. So D6. Oh, no. So he rolls a D6, a D4, and a D2.
How about he can not do something? What if he doesn't though?
He gets an 8 total.
God, these bitches suck. Okay, he's just gonna like lean back slightly and just shake his head.
Yeah, he completely misses somehow.
You're getting a taste of.
Yeah, he like
immense
moves
with
in.
Lex's plate armor.
Yeah, he moves in to try and sort of get you, and you could tell like the way that he's moving. It's almost like how a cat wiggles its butt as it's like hunting, but like a jet plane. And he moves to do it, and he's so eager that he just completely misses you, and then has to pull up at the last second to avoid going into a building. So he ends up probably about, if I move his full 60 for that, let's say, it's probably over there. But yeah, he's next to you now.
Okay, is he close enough to stab?
Probably at this point. But he can also teleport, so
Can he teleport before I stab?
depending on how this goes. Next up is, so that was Skywarp. Rusty's up now. Rusty is in the same place I fucking left her, which is, yeah, she doesn't move. She's gonna just, actually, Rusty, let's have Rusty move, so she can go and try and get. Rusty's gonna. Oh, she's only got about 20 feet of movement. Yeah,
That seems fair.
1, 2. She moved 2 up, and then see what her blaster max is. Let's see.
I was getting very precarious because it's all the VA.
For Skyward.
I lost one of them. Where'd she go? Get for wearing like fancy pants. Yeah.
So she's gonna.
Everything disappears. Ah!
Plus
I'm sure I can get the rest of these up.
11, so she completely misses him. So she takes him with her blaster. But right as she does so, Skyward kind of ducks out of the way really quickly, and it just goes under his arm and just completely misses him.
Oh.
LCDC, you're up.
Alright, following the head engineer's lead, I'm going to turn into a car.
What a sentence! Following that, I'm
and drive out a window.
Yes. Story point. I'm not gonna even make you make a driving check for that because that's too cool.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so you can drive out of. I'm gonna say you drive out of the top B section.
Yeah, so I crash and sort of squeal out onto the
What is your movement?
the road, 40 feet.
1, 2, 3, 4 gets you right up to the corner.
The corner of the road that you were on originally?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I just go as far as possible after squealing out.
Yeah,
Heading
right.
towards the other way. Because I see the gangplank is busy ferrying Entropy like a pirate.
Thundercracker.
Actually, are you guys still sailing? I haven't gone onto him yet.
Ah, okay.
I'm currently trying to book it over there so I can jump onto his back and start making our way across. I'm gonna be getting attacked by a very persistent metal pelican soon, I think.
Yeah, Thundercracker is gonna take aim with his particle rifle and he's gonna aim at Gangplank as he's sailing over to you. We're so lucky that all of these guys are rolling on a snag because that was a D20.
Nah. Is Austin still with her? Okay, there it is.
11, so he once again splashes into the water and completely misses you. And you see him at this point, like, he takes his rifle and he kind of, like, angrily hits it on his leg. He's very pissed off.
God damn it, why did we even have
He
this
doesn't
jam?
have holes for his sunglasses on. The glare of the water. How can you see?
It's not fair for you to have boats.
It's not fair for you to vote.
To be fair, 90% of them are jets and we don't have jets.
Entropy, you're up now.
So is a Skywarp close enough to stab?
Skywarp is, I'm gonna say, within 10 feet of you.
How long
Uh,
is it for?
Would I have to go out of my way of going towards Gangplank to get to him?
Yes, because he's on the opposite side of you.
Oh, then forget that. I'm going to book it, and can I try to jump to Gangplank from where we're at?
How much is your movement?
30 feet. Oh, maybe.
I'm gonna say, yeah, if you really... No, actually, make me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. What do I got going on there? I do have, actually, a thing in acrobatics. Lovely. Where's my... Take up. So to the camera. Did we decide which heads?
Heads is 1, tails is 2.
17?
Hold on. I have a thing for tests.
Athena, would you like to roll?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, you know what? You make it. You
Yeah!
jump slow motion, time slows down, and this weird little Slenderman of a bot just lands firmly on top of the submarine.
You see, like, his arms kind of, like, going up, like, they're getting way too, like, long in proportion to his body. His arms are, like, they're just, like, and he lands at, like, kind of, like, a 3-point landing.
Yeah. Like a superhero landing.
Yeah. And he kind of looks to the side back and forth, like, he's surprised, and then he tries to, like, still to look cool.
Yeah. You managed to do a hair flick with no hair.
Yes.
Hostage.
I mean, not a marshmallow. They can poison themselves.
Oh.
Gelatin. It's gelatin slash. Yeah, like, also probably, but, I know at least with gummies, I'm assuming it's the same with marshmallows, some materials, one of the things is, like, the gelatin stuff is, like,
Bean, the mesh is closed. Bean, you can't go in that way.
open, like, on the side thing.
There actually is a smoke alarm.
Yes. Last night was it around?
Stop yelling about it.
What's it called?
I was roasting
Yeah.
my pork in my room, and it very briefly set the smoke detector.
It wouldn't be as much of a thing if we had like I think normal standard just beepy smoke alarms, but we have the smoke alarms to the devil.
We have the disabled door, which means we get all the lights and the very loud one.
And at least none of us were.
Oh, I can see Austin again, and like Dorian's laptop. After this session finishes, I'm gonna green screen your shirt into something different. It's gonna be just like several episodes of G1 Transformers. Are you recording the screen or are you just doing the audio?
Just the audio.
Oh no. Great.
Right. Entropys, that's your movement.
Can I guess since can I shoot from on Gangplank?
Yeah, sure, why
I
not?
just did.
Oh, thank you.
Why not?
What's it called? So,
Hmm.
I is Whistler's little boyfriend nearby.
Ricochet is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 feet away from you.
That's definitely close enough, I'd say. It's 100 feet.
Okay.
So I am going to, on Gangplank, turn around and shoot at him, and then once again, free actions, baby. Alright. I think you lucked out. That's a 11.
No. Yeah. Ricochet managed to duck down and dodge as he's flying over. So,
My friend's like 4 plus 6 is 10. So what's one more? What number is that?
Gangplank, you're up. As you were carrying.
Okay, so, well, that's gonna make a quick beeline north of the island. I can use an action to dash, right?
Yes, let me look up the rules for dashing real quick.
I wish, Austin, you can't see my dice tower, can you? No, you have to tilt your computer screen down to
No.
without breaking it. That's just
Actually, I
more
think
sure.
sprinting is just. I think sprinting is just using all your movement, so there's no specific rule for that.
I will go 45. Yeah, just 45 feet north of the island. Close enough to shoot, but
Are you going north or are you going, like the side of it?
northeast, right? Gotta get on the right side of it.
Yeah.
So you want to go diagonal up and right?
Yeah.
Okay. 2, 3, 4,
Once I
5.
fix this, I'll just send you a photo instead.
Yeah, you make it to the up. You're like just above the top left corner of the island, and that's your movement. What do you want to do for the rest of your actions? What do you want to do with your standard action?
There's something.
You can put your reaction to the mark.
Oh.
Movement is different from your standard action. You can still shoot. But you're in your alt mode, so it has to be something you can use in your alt mode.
Okay. I don't believe I have anything. Well. Guys, there's worth thinking. So, invisibility mechanics, does invisibility go away if I'm touching something?
I don't think so. No.
Would I like to use an energon point to use disappear?
Will this affect entropy?
No, it will not, and that's even funnier. Yeah, so you spend this energon point, you completely vanish beneath the waves, and so at this point, Acid Storm and Thundercracker are watching on, befuddled, as suddenly this submarine completely vanishes, and it's just Entropy standing alone, surfing across the waves like Jesus Christ. They still probably know where you are because of where Entropy is. They just can't see you. They just can't see you specifically. I mean,
Hit the bottle button then. Good enough.
Or taken aback, which is all that matters.
Yeah. Gotta mess with their minds.
I feel like that's what this group is best at, committing mental war crimes. That's Gangplank.
Literally your job.
So Acid Storm is befuddled as he is just gonna turn around and try and shoot the floating mech that is going by him, aiming at Entropy with. Yeah, aiming at Entropy with his particle rifle. One plus 3 is 4, so he completely misses. Probably because he's just so damn confused at watching this floating bot over the water. He just kind of like splashes into the water, almost like how Battleship like missing a submarine. And you hear him like say like as he puts his rifle down, just what the fuck? As he's like
What's
watching.
wrong with these bitches?
Yeah. Ricochet is up next. Ricochet is right now on the side where mainly Rusty is, so he's going to take aim with his mini laser at Rusty. And one is 15. Meets it, beats it. Rusty takes another point of damage. Down to 3 health.
Down to our base health.
Who got hit in the head with that concussion grenade? Was it Thundercracker?
It was
Yeah.
Thundercracker.
Okay.
By me.
Okay. And that's whose turn? That was Ricochet. It's the scientist now. We're in C. Gonna move 60 feet. 2, 4, 6. So they are still in the B building of that original building. They're right there. So they're making their way out of the building. Skyward is going to... You know what? Just for fun and flavor. Skyward's gonna teleport directly in front of Rusty. So you see this, that uses up a standard action, but you just see this, this flash of purple light as suddenly the space where Skywarp once was is empty, and he reappears directly in front of Rusty, and she kind of like takes a step back, and you hear this kind of very mean-spirited kind of chuckle as he just kind of goes. He's very proud of himself for doing that. So that's his turn. So he's now directly in front of Rusty.
I've returned.
Skyrover is now directly in front of Rusty because he teleported. And now... it's Rusty's turn. And she's going to take advantage of the fact that, he's directly in front of her. Going to use her bludgeon that she has to try and hit him in the head. Just double check how that works.
I was there all falling apart. I'm here, I'm watching Ruin burn.
Okay, yeah. Nine, so she's so spooked by him appearing directly in front of her that her swing just completely misses and glances off him. That's Rusty's turn. LCDC, you're up now.
Okay, I am still driving, so let me check. First thing first. Can I just basically just book it, pretty much?
Yeah, if you want to use your full movement, you can.
Yeah, just full movement plus all my free actions, which is 2.
So that gives you 20 more feet, and your
Base is 4.
for your driving, your alt mode.
I'm driving around the road just to try and get to that first B place that I can go where the gears are.
Yeah, let me just double check. You're sure that 40 is your top for your alt mode?
Oh, my alt mode, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I transform. Should be at least 45. I think, let me double check. My alt mode speed is... oh, it's 60, I think.
Yeah, so that'll give you 80 total.
80, great.
So that'll
I guess
be...
that we're booking it.
Yeah, you're booking it.
So I just decided that was today.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that gets you right there.
Austin has joined me in the Dice Tower. Frozen on my screen.
You're in.
Meerkat looking out for
You're in that sort of middle space at the back there. Thundercracker.
There we go. Yeah.
Who is near Thundercracker right now? Probably still Entropy as you float by on top of an invisible submarine. Dear Jesus. As you float by on top of an invisible submarine, Thundercracker is going to once again take aim with his particle rifle.
Committing crimes.
Oh man, if he hadn't snagged, that would have been a 20.
Well, I'm very glad he did.
But that's a 4.
I'll take it.
And so once again, confused as hell by this invisible submarine floating bot combo, he just shoots into the water over your shoulder.
He's gonna like try to do like a little dance of like, but he doesn't quite know what dancing looks like. So it's more vague, like shimmying.
You're just confusing him more.
You see like a couple of like human movies. He thinks he knows what it is, but it's not working.
I hope Starscream sees this and is confused.
Thundercracker
Somewhere above you, just what the fuck?
Yeah. Somewhere above you, Starscream is just yelling, "Aim, you fools, aim!" And meanwhile, Thundercracker is yelling at you, specifically Entropy, "This isn't Footloose!"
They do that.
Just the dancing. Entropy, you're up now. It's your turn.
Let's see. I'm assuming Ricochet's probably not close enough for me to dance.
No.
Then I'm gonna shoot at Thundercracker.
Sure.
Alright. Aiming. Fail. Let's see. You said 17 doesn't hit. Seriously?
18 is his lowest.
Ah! Well.
So you miss?
Yep, 17.
Yeah, so that also goes over his shoulder, and then Thundercracker goes, "Ha!" And then he pauses, clearly trying to think of something clever to say, and he can't think of it in time, so he just kind of stands like this, with his like arms on his side, just like,
What's it called? Because Thundercracker has missed all of his shots, Entropy's gonna like reach up, hoping that he knows Archer is silent. He's gonna silence them. It's like, you're being very nice. Thank you.
that just like kind of glowers at you, just kind of. Gangplank, you're up.
Oh, my turn?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just too distracted by Mr. Clayton. Nice arm. Alright. What? I mean, I'm just gonna
Keep booking.
just keep looking at
Okay, what's your speed?
45 feet.
45 feet? One, two, three, 4, 5. So you get. You are now on the rightmost blue dot. This little zoom in that I'm going to send.
We're close up. Yeah. But it's gonna keep heading straight to the right. But that's my turn.
Yep. So Acid Storm, as you kind of go by where he is.
Gameplay's also now appeared again.
Okay, Gameplank's now visible again. This once again confuses Acid Storm.
I think this is an ability apparently Autobots just have.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
What the fuck? And He's gonna try and shoot at the now visible gangplank as he moves by him. Five plus one is 6. He's still very confused and not quite sure where you are, so he shoots and isn't quite close enough. So it just goes straight into the water. And he just goes, ah, rats!
How do you know?
And from over his shoulder, Thundercracker goes, what's a rat?
Thundercracker knows Footloose, but not what rats are.
He's a very limited knowledge.
They have no rats in Footloose. How are you supposed to
He
know?
only knows what he learns from human movies, and none of the movies he's watched so far have had rats.
Play Anastasia Borough.
He has not seen Ratatouille.
Oh my god.
Ricochet. Where's Ricochet?
I'm assuming we can't, like, send videos to the Decepticons, otherwise I think one of us should somehow do the comm links. I don't know, send Thundercracker with it. Yeah.
We're the rats. We're the rats.
That delicious software. Can you do that? I can try.
Ricochet's gonna try and move up closer to where Rusty is. We're kind of flanking Skywarp and trying to help him take Rusty out. So he's gonna move
It's been abandoned.
45 feet. Just about there. And then that's his movement. Spinning laser has a range of 30, 60. Yeah, I'm gonna say the cat's 30, so it's yeah, so Ricochet swoops in and flies towards Rusty. The little laser that he has pops out of one of his wings, goes and shoots it. It lands straight in her other shoulder. So she takes another point of damage. Down to 2.
We're matching that. What is this?
That's Ricochet's. The scientists are up now. I'm just imagining it was the Half-Life scientists.
Did you take any of the scientists with you in your,
No, you didn't.
I'm confident in my own abilities.
2, 3, 4, 6. They've finally gotten back out onto the road. Next up is Skywarp, who is directly in front of Rusty, who has been abandoned at this point by a lot of you. What is Skywarp
I
gonna do?
don't think Rusty can surf on me.
That's true.
Rusty really won't screw it.
Rusty's gonna do a flyby. Or Skywarp's gonna do a flyby. As he teleports in front and then goes straight past Rusty, moving 10 feet.
You gave the ability to fly. Oh, shit.
I tried.
This tractor's got wings. Wings? Wings.
specialized. So that's a step.
I'm running low on like my stackable dice.
Are you gonna end up with a D4s in a minute?
Oh, you simple. The D4s are at the top. They're